I'm back. And all I can say is... Hi, welcome. It's been over a week. I had that vacation. I'd like to talk about that vacation. Oh, why is that so much louder? Okay, hold on. The menu's gonna be like so fucking loud. We're gonna have to do some audio checks. So, why this game? I don't know. It's been on my Xbox. I've been meaning to see this game in particular, because the last time I played PSO2 was like the Xbox beta, and then they completely revamped it to New Genesis, which I haven't seen. So we're just gonna kind of casually play it in the background. In fact, like, this is my character from the beta. I played almost 14 hours of the beta. Jesus Christ. So we're just gonna go through it. Wait, who the fuck started the poll? Oh, fuck you, Bloody. I actually didn't know mods. I forgot mods could fucking start polls. Oh, for a moment I thought the fucking game crashed. But yeah, PSO2 I haven't bothered playing because, like, it's another, like, we'll call it live service game. There's a lot of those nowadays. But anyways, the poll says, how many games did I buy during the trip? Yes, all of them, too many, or enough. I am not.
Stand by. Reaching target coordinates in 10 seconds. Confirming final landing trajectory. Error adjustment complete. 5.
Okay.
4.
I'm just gonna do some weird audio balancing stuff.
2. 1.
But I think it'd be better if I actually, you know, get into the options menu first. Quick heads up. This is sort of an impromptu stream, only because my work schedule is like, hey, you had a nice vacation. How about 6 full days in a row?
Hey, what's that? It's a meteor. It's going to land nearby. I'll go take a look. Hey, wait a minute.
But, oh, Blonde, I saw you joke about the Phantasy Star Universe theme song, and I'm like, man, listening to the one here, it's like night and day better.
Smoking. How do you open this thing? Hello? Are you all right in there?
You saw most of the games that were bought. If you're talking about the ones I bought, I think you've seen all of them. But anyways, this is going to be a short stream. I don't plan on going more than 90 minutes because I still have to be up at 4 a.m. tomorrow.
Here, take my hand.
I just wanted to get a stream out instead of waiting till my next day off, which would still be pretty far from now.
You really startled us, falling out of the blue. Does anything hurt? Are you okay? I'm Ina.
I did do additional game chasing with SCR, but only got 2 games that weren't expensive.
Oh, wow. That's a really nice name.
What is my name?
Well, it's so nice to meet you. Come on, I'll show you to our town.
Okay.
We can talk more there.
No, I need options. Actually, hold on. Streamer mode. I think that only matters if you're streaming from the console. If this is the chat down here. Tiger, thanks for resubbing for 16 months. That being said, why are you saving your money? We just had a con trip. Save your fucking money again. You shouldn't be subbing. You need to recover. Enable streamer mode. Hang on. I got a... Nope, not that image. Do I... Oh, this is perfect. Hold on. This is tall enough to cover the chat window, I think. Oh my god, that looks awful. It's perfect. Okay, hi. We're just blocking the chat window there. Anyways, I'm gonna do my best to recap my perspective of the trip. SCR was kind enough to provide his written down notes. I'm not gonna go through all of his notes. I'm just gonna focus on stuff that kind of like overlapped. It's just like a jumping off point, but I could at least start by explaining that at the very least getting to Ohio was relatively painless. My flight left around...
First, we gotta climb up this cliff.
Right, I forgot about audio. What am I doing?
You can jump really high here. Give it a try.
I'm just gonna match everything and then lower the actual game volume. In-game video? You talk about the... Is this better? You think that'll be more manageable? I don't want it too quiet either, but, you know. Okay. So anyways, like, my flight went well. Oh, Blondie, this is a free game. But because it's like MMO, it's gonna update like every week. It feels like. The flight went pretty well. I had to go really early. Yeah, you're right. You do have the internet for it. Not much to talk about there other than I almost got sushi on my connecting flight. Like, I was at the connecting airport. Unfortunately, because of how early it was, like, even though it technically, the place would have been open, it wasn't. And even then, if I did try to get food, I probably would have missed my connecting flight. So I'm not too... upset about that. But anyways, airport was fine. Didn't have any trouble with security or anything. SCR picked me up from the airport. So it was finally nice being able to meet back up.
So this is what I had
I
that
think
bad feeling about, huh?
I don't know
Man,
what we did.
you
I
alright?
think we just went straight to his place.
So
I don't remember if we got something to eat in between then or not.
I'm Garwa. Nice to meet you.
Either way,
I guess if you just dropped down here, you're probably
Oh,
feeling
hold
kinda clueless.
I'm gonna
I
grab
know
my
Mana's
phone. I still
memory is
have
pretty intact,
some
but
stuff
in your case, maybe
on my phone,
Not so
like
much, huh?
some videos and
But we
stuff.
can
I
talk
won't be able
about
to
it
show
when we
them.
get back to town.
Um,
I
I could at least look at the thumbnails and be like, okay,
Oh, that's right.
let's
I
just
almost
kind of
forgot.
recap. Did I not mute my TV? Oh, Lois, god damn it. Okay. And even though it's been a couple of years, I think I'm just noticing that I've at the very least hit the same kind of connecting airport. Which, in this case, it was the one in... shit. Which airport was this? Detroit. So I've seen this like colorful tunnel multiple times. Oh, right. Okay, I remember now. Blondie, this is before you arrived, but, we picked up Tiger, from work. She was on lunch break. So we went out to lunch together. We actually hit up, I forget what they renamed it to, but it was originally just Noodles and Company. So I went there to eat. Yeah, that was pretty good. I had some stir-fry noodles and some dumplings. So that was neat. And I think nothing much happened other than just kind of chilling at SCR and Tiger's place on Tuesday. And then Blondie arrived and kind of did more of that. So it was just finally being able to meet up, chill out. Got to see, I got to see Tiger's cat, Chucky. Very good cat. I love Chucky, the cold-blooded killer, mass murderer.
All right, that'll do. We're going back to town now.
No, we're not going back to town. Get all of it. Why does this look like a fucking beach resort water park? Look at that. Oh, shut up about the stupid... Oh, god damn it, Blondie.
Well, we need to cross here. But what about you? Got any experience with gliding?
You gather photons, the energy in your
So yeah,
body,
it seems like
into
the
your
Tuesday
arms
was
and legs.
uneventful.
You do that.
Hang on.
Then jump off from
There's a
here.
video on here. Oh!
Even if
Okay,
you
I
screw it
don't...
up, it's just the
I
sea
don't know
down
if this
there.
was Tuesday or
Go on.
Wednesday.
Give it a go.
Let me
Yikes,
check.
Tough teacher.
May 31st. That was Tuesday. Okay, Tuesday... Tuesday was when we did the gaming gifts, right? Where I got... I actually got something for both SCR and Blondie. I got SCR more or less a disc-only copy of John Madden Football for the 3DO. And I got Blondie 2 games, actually. I got a CDI game. I think it was called, what, Golden Oldies or something? And the other was, oh, fuck. It's for the TurboGrafx. Was it called Eternal Dungeon or something? You have the game now. I don't remember. I haven't skimmed over my footage since I got home. Oh, it's a thing? So, have you actually tested it? What did I get you? Dungeon Explorers. Okay. That was the TurboGrafx game. Those gifts were like last minute because my one trade-in place just had some 3DO and CDI stuff. I'm like, oh, that'd be cool to get. God, this is poppin'.
Welcome to our humble little Aleo town. I'm sure everybody here will give you a warm welcome.
Okay. Can I change the camera? It seems a little too... I don't know. Close. Music interactive player with trivia of some 50s, 60s music. So in other words, it's not DMCA. Actually, I don't know. But yeah, I think that was the most eventful thing on Tuesday. Because Wednesday we did more stuff. Which is funny because, like, Colossalcon technically started on Wednesday, but we didn't... Oh, I don't have to hold. Okay, good. So we didn't, like... go to the convention until like its technical second/first day. All that happened on the Wednesday looking at the schedule was like some like what's the word for it? Just like a trader thing. Fuck, it said on the schedule. It was like some kind of like market thing. Oh yeah, the swap meet, I think, or so she said. I don't know. So Wednesday we just hung around Ohio a bit more. Tiger still had to go to work, so once again we did some lunch break with her. She suggested this ramen place. Last time I went to Ohio, I had ramen before at some other place. I don't remember the name of it. This was a different place. And I'm glad we went because I fucking loved it. It was called... I think it was called Hero Ramen. If I remember correctly. Fukuryu was the old place. Yeah, that's where I went last time I visited Ohio a couple of years ago. Hero Ramen was where we went. Never been there before. And if I ever go back again, I damn well want to go back. So, it's a place where you can dine in, but this place does not have... You mean when? I mean, finances. Speaking of finances, at least my paycheck post-vacation was perfectly good. So no, I'm not fucked. Don't worry about it. But like, this ramen place doesn't have like waiters or anything.
Come on in.
But there's robots that serve you. Like, there's actual people still cooking the food and everything, but in terms of getting your orders to your table, there's these robots.
I'm the leader.
And we got so fascinated with that.
This here's Ina, my daughter.
That's me.
And over there is Manon.
A pleasure.
First of all, you're probably wondering where in the world you are.
Oh, fun fact, Tiger. I just noticed in chat.
We call this one Halpha.
I think you got an admirer.
Planet called Aliotown.
No, don't drop frames on me,
Pretty
please.
small place, though, as you can see.
If there's one thing I didn't miss about streaming is seeing the drop frames.
Largest city, named Central City. Central City.
God, I can't believe this game has like tropical music. Like, come on, that's a little. I was not expecting the music to be like this. It's too on brand for the trip.
There are the dolls. The ones you just fought.
I'm sorry, Varian. I didn't mean to do that.
Petasaurs, they're called. And let me tell you, us Halfans have been at.
But yeah, this ramen place was great.
For a very long time.
Definitely gonna go again.
How long you ask? Well, let's see.
I did. SCR did post a video on Twitter
Over 500 years.
of the robot. I have a video too, but I'm.
But we still don't understand very much about them.
So here's my plan. I'm actually considering.
Where do they come
Just scroll up in chat, Tiger, if you want. It's just a little bit
no
up.
idea. About the only thing we do know for sure is the dolls are a sworn enemy.
I'm actually considering like
I
producing
guess
a
you
video
could say
about
they're
this trip.
just one big mystery to us.
I don't think I'll be using this stream, but if for some reason I don't
Meteorn is what
make
we
a
call
video, this
people
would just
like
be
you.
a separate archive,
The
I
folks
guess.
who show up here on Halpha from space and
But I'm
land.
motivated to talk about this trip in a separate,
Manon here
actual produced
is also
video.
a Meteorn.
Whether or not I'll have time for that
She dropped down on that little
is
island
gonna be
about
up in the
half a
air.
year ago.
I want to at least try and get it done before the month if I do work on it.
Meteorn, dolls,
Because I'd be like changing up my format from previous con videos that I've
or even
done
why you come here.
and see how that works out.
For some reason,
Because,
Meteor
man,
dolls seem to arrive here
I know
with
SCR
no
and Blondie
memory
have
of
talked
the
about their
past.
side of the trip, but fuck,
You
dude.
too. Right.
Um,
Once in a while,
but yeah,
there are
lunch was
exceptions,
great.
though.
Hero Ramen is
But not
like
here.
a 10, I think.
The only difference between me and
The ramen was great.
Is that
They actually
I
sell
still have a
takoyaki,
few
which I
fragments of
love.
knowledge left. Manon,
I got really full. I had to take some leftovers back.
So much about machines.
Oh, but good shit. Good shit.
There are some people who
Later on in that day,
dolls and Meteor probably come
SCR
from the same
has
place.
like a store nearby known as Play It Trade It. I've been to this place before. Got games there before even. So it's always cool seeing there. Actually had a slight renovation this time I went. At the same time, you see a lot of games that are offering that are higher end, and you're just like, oh, no, too much.
Floating next to you.
Oh,
Your mag?
you just like, like, oh, cool. They have Kuon for PS2. How much? $900. Oh,
But we'll go into more detail on that later. Hey, are you hungry?
I'm hungry.
All right, let's get our.
I'll
grub on
go
then.
eat.
Why don't you take a look around the town while we get it ready?
Actually, I'm not gonna eat. I'm gonna drink. So, I'm pretty sure the other streams have called me out on this. Shut up, you know who you are. Sorry about that. In hindsight, this may sound really dumb from me, but I think I made a good decision. And it's gonna sound crazy when you realize I guess my spending output at this place, but just thinking back on what was offered at the actual convention for like dealer stuff, I think I had a premonition and just made a better decision. But yeah, I got a lot of stuff. Roughly stuff that costed a total of $300. Don't you dare judge me. I saw a lot of stuff. Like, it was more like quantity more than anything. It's not like I got a single thing that cost that much, which would have been like, well, what are you doing? But I'm just gonna look, not go into details about what I got. I could save that for a future grab bag stream if I want to, but I can always, you know, just offhand mention some stuff. But let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think from this Play It Trade It, it was like 11 games plus a controller, another controller, and I got a Dreamcast memory card for free. Otherwise, it would have been $4. Oh, speaking of spending money, I think this was Tuesday or something, or maybe at some point Wednesday. It might have been Tuesday before Blondie arrives. I'm just gonna backtrack for a bit. Stop by Target in Ohio, which is funny because I'm like, I go into there and I'm just like kind of half freaking out because I'm like, why the fuck is this layout almost close to my job? And I was just like pointing stuff out. I'm just like, hey, this is what it's like. And I'm like, oh God, get me out of work mode. I'm on vacation. Lock on his left bumper. Shit, I wish I could change that. Oh, it's toggle though. That's fine. But this is gonna be a little too on brand, but I mainly only went there to be like, okay, get some travel shampoo, because I think the one I had was technically expired and I didn't want to risk it. Then again, that's the shampoo I used the most, the expired one, because it was still okay. Just had to use it up. Oops. But guess you came home with a Power Ranger figure because my store didn't have this particular one. I told you it was too on brand. Yeah, shampoo can technically expire. I had to look this up because I wanted to be sure, because I had this travel shampoo lingering in my closet since 2019, which was the last time I went out of state for a convention.
How you doing?
So, like, yeah, just had to be sure. Yeah, do those squats. But, yeah, that was fun. Anyways, back to Wednesday. All those games and stuff I bought. One of the controllers is like a Dreamcast fishing rod controller. And two of the games, you know, utilize that. I think, if I'm like remembering the prices correctly, the two individual stuff that was the most expensive out of that big batch was that controller and also Silent Hill Shattered Memories for the Wii. No, that's the thing, Blondie. My old travel shampoo is the one I actually ended up using until it was empty. So in other words, I bought travel shampoo for nothing. It was cheap. It's fine. They're usually like $1.50 or something. But yeah, a lot was spent. The others are calling me out on it. You want to know what I say about that?
I don't care!
Yeah. Oh yeah, later in the day we did test because like it's usually smart to be like to like test the games you bought. And the place's return policy is like usually like pretty good. But yeah. Not much happens later in the day. I don't remember if it was before or after dinner, but we did do our testing. Maybe it was like a bit of both. But yeah, go specifically on the Dreamcast stuff. Outside of the Dreamcast, all our other games seem to like work just fine. There may have been like some potential issues that quickly got resolved, thankfully. But the Dreamcast, oh god. So we had to like try 2 different Dreamcasts to see if the things were actually working or not. And eventually we did find out like, yeah, the 2 Dreamcast games I got do work. But then trying to get the fucking fishing rod to work, we were losing our minds, basically. Like, nothing was reeling in and everything. It got to the point where, like, at some point, Blondie had to, like, slightly push the controller in a bit more to the controller port to recognize it. And even then, it didn't seem like it was working. So, SCR actually has the official Dreamcast fishing rod controller. Mine's technically third party, but still compatible and everything. So we were just like, okay, what is, like, we don't know if it's broken or not, but then it eventually does work. And we were just losing our minds because it's just fishing, and we're like, reel the fucking thing, and I'm just like turning the damn fishing rod multiple times, and it's just not doing anything. And then it did. It's weird. I don't know, man. I mean, the controller was technically a lot. Probably has some issues, but it still functioned at least, so I just said, fuck it, we'll keep it. if I really want to commit to the fishing bit, I'll just eBay down the line. I just know it's not going to be cheap, and I'm like, ugh. You know what? I think because it's a tutorial, chat window's not going to matter. So, goodbye woogity woogity for now. But our dinner for that night, I think the place was called Gogi, G-O-G-I. It was a Korean barbecue place, which is the second Korean barbecue I went to. And thankfully, because I had friends with me, I didn't burn a $90 hole in my solo pocket. By the way, the actual place, like, fantastic. Oh my god, throw better, dude. Like, the food we ordered was delicious. And we all pitched in on, like, the same meal, which is why it was a lot more manageable. But man, delicious food. Korean barbecue is a very unique experience. Pricey, obviously, but if you got friends, I recommend it at least once in your life. I would go again if we, you know, want to do that. What were the other games? I didn't want to list every game. I would probably save that for my produced video, but I could just list them by name, because if I want to rewind, yeah, I'm already going out of order. Back to Tuesday, because I forgot that, Blondie, you got me a game. You got me 007 Quantum Assaults for the DS, and I'm like, god fucking damn it. How many more shitty DS games am I gonna get? I know it's Bond, but like, oh, come on. At least you thought of me. Alright, fast forward back to Wednesday. If you really want to know the games I got, I'll just glance over. There were the two fishing games, like I mentioned, which was Sega Bass Fishing and Sega Marine Fishing. Fun fact, the memory card I got, even though the copy was technically, like, quote-unquote sealed, I know it actually wasn't sealed. Anything that looks sealed is, you know, resealed. You can tell when shit is resealed and claims to be sealed. So, like, either way, it wasn't expensive at the very least, Sega Marine Fishing. But the memory card I got for free, essentially, for the Dreamcast, had save data for that game. And that was it. So, like, it was almost fate. And I also wouldn't be surprised if that was just all bundled together at one point. But glancing over, there's Phantasy Star Universe, which is not what we're playing. We're playing PSO2. Tekken Tag Tournament, Blue Dragon, Dead Rising 2 Off the Record, Tekken 6, Star Ocean The Last Hope International, which is the updated version of that game I streamed once that I got mad at. One of my grab bags for 360. I got that game at Retro World for 360, and I'm like, oh, this game. So the sensible thing is to, yeah, buy the re-release. Genma Onimusha. Oh shit. Either I don't see any in my pile. Like, it's kind of... Oh! I did mention Silent Hill's Shatter Memories already. Metal Arms Glitch in the System. I think that was it from that trip. Because I'm fairly certain I did not get any PS1 stuff. It was only those two Dreamcast games, so those were the only jewel case stuff. Stop quoting Blue Dragon, I know. At least it's backwards compatible, but... Also, spoiler alert, I got more games on the trip than that, but don't worry. In terms of like quantity, that's the most I got in a single session during the trip. So yeah, almost my entire con budget went to that, but I still had other budget to like deal with, so it was fine. But yeah, the rest of the night was a mix between chill and fucking silly. The chill part was, wait a minute. Okay, this doesn't add up. Blondie, did we go to Korean, or Tiger, did we go to Korean barbecue on the Wednesday? Because, like, I'm basing this off of, okay. So, when did we do... So, wait, were Burgers and Dogs on Tuesday, then? Yeah, Burgers and Dogs were on Tuesday. Yeah, so Wednesday wasn't the silly night. I mean, it could always be silly. Maybe it was actually silly, but I think Tuesday was the silliest night. But it was also cool. We had Burgers and Dogs on the grill. Yeah, put the burgers on the grill. And then later on, when it got darker, Fire Pit got brought out for some s'mores. Does it really matter on which day you ate? It's just more like... It's just more me remembering the events correctly instead of, you know, lying to my audience. But hindsight is bitch. You know. Okay. Equip armor. But yeah, I don't want to go into detail on the silliness stuff, but it was funny, and it made me realize that I fucking missed meeting up like this. It's not lying if I confuse 2 days. I mean, you know how the mobs are. They'll call you out on anything. Listen, I remember my burger had cheese on it and I had a hot dog. They weren't crisp because I don't like them crisp.
Hey, you're back. I bet you're tired.
You were drunk on Tuesday and broke a door. I was trying to leave that detail out, but now that you did it, you got drunk and you broke one of your doors because we made silly voices. I'm gonna look around more. But nothing random NPC. Yeah, it's, you didn't know that? Because, well, I don't want to go into too much detail. Oh, you both told the story? Okay, so Tiger got drunk. We made some silly angry gamer voices. You know, one of my redeems on this channel and even some of my emotes. You know, what it kind of sounds like this. Although, to be fair, the moment the door broke, it was actually Blondie's fault, technically. Tiger laughed so much, she fell over and fell into one of her doors, which is like a closet door that... What's the best way to describe this door? It's like... It's a door that slides open, but it opens in like a V, if that makes sense. Let Tiger have a proud door-breaking moment. I am. So, it kind of proved to at least us even more that Tiger's a lightweight. Fun fact, I don't drink alcohol. That's not my thing. So, I'm like, Like, I could be silly and delirious at 1 a.m. brain, but it's not because I'm drunk, because I don't drink. That's not me. What? Tiger broke out of the closet during Pride Month? Didn't break out of the closet. She stumbled into it. So yeah, because the door opens in a V, she fell on it and it went inwards and it broke one of the hinges. I don't know if I have a photo of it, but I know at the very least SCR does. I do not. I have pictures of Chucky, the cat, because of course I do. You have door pick? Okay, I mean, yeah. So it was silly. It was funny. But it's also property damage. But yeah, that's how that went. The con hasn't even started. We haven't gone or anything, and that's happening. But yeah, real talk, I missed fun stuff like this. I kind of wish.
Why don't you take it easy here?
Oh shit. All right, chat. Live update. We got a picture of the broken door. And I think that's either Blondie or SCR's elbow in the shot. Stand by. Getting the photo. Stand by. Wow, this quality. Fuck. Shit. Is this like a 4K photo? I have to like... Oh god. Okay. Oh, and it's sideways, too. Awesome. How do I flip this? No? Shit. How do I... It's sideways. I need to change it. Transform. Rotate 90 degree. There we go. So, if you want to look at the very top. Right there, the hinge broke up there. Hang on, what's on the TV? Something YouTube is on there, but I can't decipher what that is. Yeah. So yeah, we're just kind of laughing it off and everything. Silly night. Fun, but very, very silly. One last side tangent. To Funkland. Oh man, please tell me the Garfield sex ride looks like. You wanted the Amira the pick longer? I could always DM it later if I have permission.
Great.
All right.
I'll go check on the
After all that
preparation.
bullshit, doing
Make
what we
yourself
did
at
in
home.
game and rest. But no, SCR and Tiger's house is very nice.
Ready for refreshments? It's nothing special, but we put a little something together. It's a long-standing Halfin custom to offer the warmest welcome we can to our Meteor guests. Come on, follow me.
Man, now I know how SCR feels during Bard Tale streams when we was talking about it. I'm like not paying attention to the game. I knew this was gonna happen. Oh look, fire pit. Are we gonna have s'mores? Is someone gonna get drunk
Everybody in town.
and fall into a door? I just look depressed. I'm not even like, yeah, whatever.
Well, are you ready, everybody? Introduce yourself.
No. I don't want.
A toast to our new.
All right.
Cheers.
So we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to finally get ready to. Will someone make a fart noise and scream everything breaks? Oh, you were half playing Xenoblade when recapping?
Beautiful here.
I was full playing Xenoblade on the trip. What happened?
No, I really love this place.
I never thought I'd be playing like hours of Xenoblade on the trip. That was like one of the games I brought where I'm just like, oh, who knows? And then it's like the only one I
They're
play.
the warriors who do battle with the dolls. Both me and Mana
So,
full Ark's defender.
A little bit
But
before,
I over there is still an
1
You know,
p.m.
before I showed up to that battle back
Like
there,
that, it was roughly around 1 p.m. where we were actually getting ready to go drive.
Arcs could use more
Why was the word
fighters.
fart censored?
I, for one,
What are you
think
talking
make a
about?
Great addition to the Arcs team. But
It's
look,
censored for
I
you?
don't need an answer right away. See how you like it here, and give it some good thought.
Is Francis trying to
Why don't we
hide
call it a night?
my secret weapon on the soundboard? Can't hide that. I'm gonna lower the game a little bit more.
Are you injured? Thank you, Manon.
Okay. So minor note, but I believe Tiger, did you make us breakfast before we left? I think you did. Yeah, thank you, by the way. That was very nice. Pancake! No pancakes. So, bring 2 cars. We basically split up on the drive. The drive was only roughly 2 hours, which is definitely a change of pace compared to going over the border to Canada to see Blondie. But, of course, Blondie had to drive over the border. He had the longest drive. So, yeah. Whoa, bad graphic popping. So, like, not much to mention on the drive, other than, oh, we had to hit a gas station. That's like the most eventful thing. So, like, drive was fine. Then, oh god. We finally hit the hotel. And let me tell you. God damn it. Actually, I have to focus here. Yeah, so the hotel, God, so to describe it from my point of view, I was relatively excited for the trip. And,
What the hell is that?
that changed when I saw what the hotel looked like.
What?
It wasn't what I was expecting. Like, I don't ever expect extravagant hotels. I just expect hotels. You know, something that has, like,
Let's go.
multiple floors, like a building, you know, that stuff.
Wait. I can't.
Because, I've been on trips, I've been in hotels before.
Come on.
This place was more like a motel. 1 floor. The whole way. There was only 1 floor. So, seeing it for the first time confused me. to the point where I'm like, is this the place? And it turns out it was. Something didn't feel right in my brain. I mean, I'm trying to think the best word to describe it, but I don't know if dread is the right word. So, with the whole hotel thing, SCR and Tiger were the ones that... Oh, he's dead. That booked it. And from what I was told, it's like the reviews were more or less positive. It's just like, yeah, fine. So once Blondie and SCR caught back up in their car, so we were all together. Game, stop being loud. Just gonna lower it even more. God. Like, just reading through these notes, I'm just like, oh. God. We just got together. The layout was a little confusing, which is funny to say, because, it's just one floor and everything, but it's like, to describe it, it's just like 2 areas.
Oh, good. You're back.
Not fully connected. There's like a road in between one of them, because there's like 2 parking lots, and going through the middle would go to the other one for the other side of this hotel place. But like, the numbering was a little confusing trying to find the room, so we just kind of, I was like, the others were just trying to find the closest parking spot while I was walking to just try to find the room number. Turns out we were at the very end of one of the sides. So we got that settled, and problem number 1. The fucking key cards don't work. Sort of.
I know was hurt pretty badly.
But to the point where we had to get staff to like double check. And like they do work, but it had to be done in a specific method, as in like speed. And to be fair, multiple hotels usually have keycard problems. It's nothing new. But this one was like the most consistently frustrating. But it also changed day by day. Some days it's like, bam, first try. Other times it's like, what the fuck? Like a whole minute of trying.
The dolls are gone now, but it looks like Elio.
So it's like, oh, whatever.
Completely.
And then, oh, good God, I'm glad SCR wrote this. I have video evidence, which I did send to him before I left the trip. Like, I've got some video footage, which I know if I actually do that video on my own, absolutely gonna be showing that stuff. But let's do list of problems. Nice one hit kill. Problem number 2. There is a crack on the floor. A noticeable crack. To the point where, like, it got pointed out by SCR because he almost tripped on it. It was, like, one part of the floor where, like, it was noticeably, like, bent in. So, like, if you step on it, you could feel. Number 2, crack on floor. SCR almost tripped on the crack and almost broke his back. Number 3. God, do you really want me to do it in that voice? I don't know if I can hold a straight face doing the Chills voice. Number 3, dirty floor. Now this may sound dumb, but usually I walk around barefoot, but only because it's better than getting my socks dirty. I'm very particular about that. Bad idea. Floor was so fucking dirty that after looking at my feet after walking around for a little bit, my feet were covered in black. I had to go to the shower, wash it off, and also use Lysol wipes. It was not clean at all. Don't fall into another closet door. Number 4, damaged furniture. Like, I can't do the full thing. I need to focus on this bullshit. But like, God. To kind of describe this furniture, if we're just talking about the beds, the sheets had at the very least one cigarette hole in them. Like, it was a burnt hole. You can see it. Which is already bad news. So yeah, that was not encouraging. Oh, fuck. God, this guy's taking forever to die. I'm getting distracted by the game again. But I'd rather not, like, focus on the hotel, but I have to. The mini fridge that was provided was already leaking water. And, like, there was, like, a puddle of water already there when we came in. And not only that, if you look at, like, the cabinet that was holding it, the fucking wood was, like, already water damaged. Like, you could... I think it seemed different color, too, where it was wet. Like, borderline mold. And I didn't remember this part, but thanks to the notes, SCR brought it up. Apparently, the mini fridge had some hair in it. And to make matters worse... it didn't necessarily keep stuff cool. So we did try to put some drinks in there, and they did get cold, but nowhere near as cold as you would want for any kind of fridge. There was a microwave, which we did not use, obviously. And the microwave was, like, above the mini fridge on another shelf. Said shelf was not stable, so if you, like, lightly tapped or pushed the top of the microwave, the shelf would shift. Borderline broken. And then, if you want more dread, I forget who found it first. Probably SCR. Maybe Tiger. I know it wasn't me because I didn't bother looking behind it until it was brought up. But there was a rolled up joint behind the microwave. A blunt even. That says a lot. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Even worse, if we're going back to like the door guard was broken. As in, like, the screws were stripped. It was more or less hanging on by a thread, which means, like, if it was just the door guard and nothing else keeping the door locked, I'm pretty sure if Tiger was drunk and fell into it, it would break open with no effort. That's the kind of shit we're talking about here. I wouldn't say it would be as stable as said broken closet door, but it feels like you could totally probably do that by just falling into it. Oh, bunny. Oh, it's like Monster Hunter. You can kill the bunnies, but they don't die. They just run. It's like the Kelbies. All right. We checked the drawers. Which was, like, I think the TV was on top of this drawer. Speaking of which, the TV was, like, the most normal thing. Like, it even had some older hookups. Like, I think I saw a VGA port, even. And I'm like, what? So that means, unfortunately, we couldn't, like, cast YouTube stuff to the TV because it was older, but at least we could fucking hook up our game consoles if we wanted to play. Lightweight champion Doorbreaker. But anyways, back to these drawers real quick. One of them didn't have a knob on it. We look inside. One of them had like an extra comforter on it. I'll get back to that comforter. We're gonna go back to that real soon, I promise. And then another drawer. The other ones were empty. One of them had a hole in it. Not sure how that hole happened, but I don't want to ask. But yeah. Quality. The air conditioner, in SCR's notes here, says the AC did next to nothing. And it's like, I think I agree with that. Like, it sometimes turned on, but then it didn't. At least it wasn't like the one Anime North year where the AC leaked and soaked Shadow Snake because he slept near it. So, we'll give credit to the AC for not doing that. But I wouldn't have been surprised if it did happen.
My name's Ran. I'm an operator for Central City. Leader Crawford would like to
Going back to the bed. If we're talking about the comforters. I already talked about the comforters and everything. Having holes in them. The thing is, like, one of the comforters, throughout the whole weekend, we noticed that one of them had a cigarette burn. And then the final day, we found out a second one did. And then I noticed that some of the bed sheets, and I think it was the one tied to the actual mattress or something, it was patched up and noticeably patched up. Because, like, there were two spots that were, like, squares on it and was not uniform with the rest of it. So, like, they actually attempted to fix the holes, but not really. SCR investigated the pillows. So did Tiger. Took the pillow cover off of it. And, yeah, sweat stains and all that shit. You know, the telltale sign of replace your fucking pillows. And anyways, the third comforter. Find this out on the last day. Before we leave. Mystery stains on this comforter. And you want to know what the worst part is? At the very least, for most of the nights, and remember when I talked about the dirty floor and everything? Fun fact, with the exception of like one night, I slept on the floor, and that's more of a courtesy thing for the for everyone else, because I usually turn a lot in my sleep, and the beds weren't necessarily big. Like, yeah, you could hold 2 people on them, but you need to be like cozy with them. So in other words, if I was with my boyfriend, I'd obviously share the bed. I mean, why wouldn't you? But you know, be courteous. Usually get the floor. I used 2 of those comforters. One of them was the one with the mystery stains on it, and I did not know it had mystery stains until the day we left. So I probably bathed in blood, dry blood, maybe 103 years of bad aim. Giggity. But, God, if we had a black light, I would have bailed. I would have been like, no. This sums up the whole hotel.
Oh, no. No. I'm not playing it. No. No.
You spaced out and suddenly hear me talk about sharing a bed with you. Of course the gay is what brings you back. Jesus fuck. Our view of the hotel was like, we basically had like, we had our windows closed most of the time, but if we had them open, you see outside, you see the parking lot and the dumpster. Yeah.
I'm very happy to see the 2 of you.
Oh shit. Hold on, chat.
The leader of Central City.
Oh god.
I am.
Man,
I felt something on my chair
informed about you.
just now that's probably been here for a very long time.
I heard you had
It's like a wood chip, a sharp one.
I'm so glad the 2 of you managed.
I felt my finger run over it, so I just pulled that out.
What about Ina?
Still better maintenance than the fucking hotel anyways.
But don't worry. I hear it's not critical. It's been.
Since our hotel was sort of near the road and everything,
Should be starting to feel better soon.
it wasn't necessarily quiet. Right next door, like within legit walking distance, was a Burger King. Did not go to Burger King.
Ina,
I
you're okay?
almost advocated to see it because I needed to know if this could qualify as worst Burger King ever. Because we've had some experiences on some cons where like we've seen reviews of food places like worst McDonald's ever, or
You came to check on me, didn't you?
I guess over at PAX for SCR's case, worst Domino's ever.
And what about my dad?
You guys are too much. So we didn't get to go and test that. Almost did. But at the very least, if we wanted to have some burger shits, it was right there. There were a lot of food places nearby.
Could have been
A lot of options to choose from. But
Where
we only utilized maybe one place nearby.
believe it just might be
And that
one
was
of
like
all species.
by the time we were
Dark
just
Falls.
done with the
Dark
weekend.
Falls was the cause of a near extinction catastrophe over all of Halpha 100 years ago too. Apparently,
I
it was
legit
a
forgot
wiped
that
out
there was an
city.
ice machine at this
The
place.
dolls you
We didn't use it.
entered really is
Did not
Dark
trust it.
Falls. Then that means there's absolutely no time to lose. To start preparing our forces
Another thing with the
as soon
hotel,
as possible.
I didn't mention it or take a photo of it, but we couldn't tell if the lamps also had stains on them or if it was part of the design.
We 3 are the only ones who have ever actually seen
It looked
Dark
water
Falls.
damaged,
So,
but we weren't sure.
I believe Arx could really use your help fighting it.
Why didn't you trust it? Have you seen the rest of our hotel room?
What you just went through.
The stuff we described. Do you think having ice from this place would be safe?
I'm in.
Like, we brought our own cooler for stuff, but we didn't cool anything in it. We just stored drinks.
I want to defeat it so nothing like that ever happens again.
Maybe it was the only functional thing, not risking it.
And you
Actually, not true. None of the guys really trusted it. But,
really?
the shower was at least okay.
You're still new to this planet, right?
The shower nozzle
I feel you need a little more time.
didn't look good. I didn't get a video of it. But like the shower functioned. It had hot water. I mean, it could have been acid. Oh, you're mentioning the staff. I was gonna get to that. I was gonna get to that real quick. This place also had a pool, which we did not look at because we didn't trust it either.
Wow.
Based just this whole experience alone was like, oh, they have a pool.
So,
No,
what do we do now?
no, thank you.
First, we'll need your help preparing for the next
Not after all this. No, thank you.
Of course, when Dark Falls actually does show up.
That's when we fight.
But yeah, not a great experience.
Ren, are rooms ready for them?
But
Yes, I've prepared 3 rooms.
the staff, it's kind of weird to talk about.
Good. I
So,
want you three to consider yourselves citizens of Central City from now on.
at some point during the
Wait a
weekend,
minute. I'd like you to check your mags.
both Blondie and SCR split up from me and Tiger, because the two of us, me and Tiger, went back to kind of get into cosplay, because we both primarily had like, I mean, Tiger's had the most complicated cosplay for being a character from Pokemon Colosseum. I just had my regular show stuff. But even then, that still took some effort to kind of put on, kind of got back together. So,
Oh, they're
while we
right
were just
here.
waiting at the hotel, just getting all stuff ready, housekeeping comes by. They usually do. I mean, it's normal hotel thing to like housekeep, change some towels. And yeah, we did need to change some towels. So I was like, yeah, okay. And then, can you rate the hotel in the poll? Oh God, what's the poll? Oh my God. 1 star, 1 out of 10, worst ever, nope, or 128 years of bad aim. I'm surprised one of the options isn't -5 stars, but then again, that would be an option if SCR started the poll. I would assume Blondie started the poll in this case. But back to the staff. It's like, okay, change some towels. And then comes probably something that caught me so off guard that I don't think I've heard any hotel staff tell me. Do you have any tips for us? Not once in my life have I heard housekeeping or any hotel staff directly ask for tips. Here's the problem. I'm a nice guy. Probably wouldn't believe me when I'm shit talking right now, but I'm a nice guy. Not a nice guy trademark. That is different. I'm a nice person. So I'm like, sure. I offered $2, maybe $3 because it was what I had on hand. Because guess what? Most of my money went to fucking play it, trade it. Oops. But I still had other on-hand stuff. I was like, yeah, fine. Housekeeping wanted more. Like, said, like, could you offer a little bit more? And the excuse was because of, like, how many towels we're swapping out, which was, like, 3 towels. 3, maybe 4. Like, maybe, like, 2 big ones and 1 small one. I think it was just 3. So, instead of the $2 to $3, it got bumped to $5. At least the staff didn't ask for more than that. And, like, in the back of my head, and yeah, you bring up a good point, sort of, Blondie. Just the idea that, they could have been desperate because of the condition, or maybe the staff isn't treated well. Yeah, you didn't know that? I'm glad I was saving the fucking backdoor shady deals for the stream. Chat, I'm gonna be real. I think the rest of the stream, in terms of the game, I'm just gonna parkour around the place. Because if I get into actual combat, I'm not gonna focus on the story. But yeah, they kind of just coerced me into that. And Tiger was here the whole time kind of witnessing that. And I might be misremembering. Tiger, did you mention that... I don't remember if you said if this was normal or not. Or if I misheard you. Because I'm like, has anyone ever... You didn't hear that? Oh, no. Oh, I'm not gonna... yeah, I'm trying not to lose track of time. I've got, like, 40 minutes before I have to go to bed. But it shouldn't take more than 40 minutes unless I tangent for 5 more hours about this hotel. So, I was like, whatever. I was like, whatever. I'll just deal with... Why are you guys saying 128 years of bad aim? It was definitely put in there by, like, staff to throw people off. Whatever. So I was like, fine, whatever. I mean, I don't think we've ever really tipped housekeeping before. You never know how much they actually make at hotels, even in, like, well-kept ones. So it's like, yeah, well, whatever. Yeah, that wasn't even at the end of the stay. It was, like, midway through. Believe me, we got jump scared when our door got knocked. We thought, like, SCR and Blondie came back. But no. The defunct land bias, yeah, we had a weekend. But fast forwarding a little bit. I didn't see it happen, but I heard it from SCR when he was talking to Tiger about this. And it was related to housekeeping. You mentioned it in chat just now, but it was more or less way more shadier than what I had to deal with. Because, like, in my case, I had housekeeping actually do something, which is why I thought, like, all right. Yeah, we'll tip at the end of the stay if we actually remember to do that. If anyone tries to be backdoor shady, you know. So apparently, like, what you said, SCR, you said like luggage, like you were trying to deal stuff with luggage, and you pretty much had it like under control. Like you were able to do it solo, no problem, no issues. And then housekeeping came up to you to like see if you wanted assistance, you know. Simple courtesy, just like, oh, you need help? No. And then came the part where SCR just mentioned the fact that housekeeping asked for tips despite not doing anything. That was when, like, even after I did my tip, I was like, oh, I lost $5, but whatever. After I heard SCR's story with that housekeeping, I was like, oh my god, I lost $5. Your Honor, I'm mad! In fact, you want to know what my brain was like? Like, my brain was pretty much like this after I heard that side of the story.
Oh, I want to get away. I gotta get away, get away.
In fact, that would have been me this whole time. That was you the whole weekend? Oh, man. That was, yeah. That was the general hotel experience. From what I can remember. Everything else could have been a blur, but that was, I'd say 95% of what happened. And you know the funniest part? I mean, we also got to thank Tiger for, like, instinctively wiping everything down with Lysol wipes. I mean, COVID's still a thing. Definitely something you want to do in the hotel. Even, like, I slept on a dirty floor. I slept in blood-stained sheets, allegedly. Don't know if the stains were actually blood or splurge or all of the above. I didn't get sick. I'm not sick. I can't believe it. Like, what the fuck? I got puked on once at a con and I didn't get sick. All right. Let's move away from the hotel for now. I would only go back to this to like just kind of story tell in terms of like day progression versus minus 5-star hotel. So we're like, okay, we're done. We need it. It's getting late. We should at least get our fucking badges. Oh, by the way, you two mentioned the one YouTube channel. Fuck, what was the name of the show where they go to the hotels and it's all dirty shit? Another Dirty Room or something? I like glanced a little bit at that. I didn't have any audio when I was checking it, but I'm like, fuck. Yeah. Might look at that a little bit. So, first time going to this place, which is the Kalahari. The layout was weird. I was like, it's been a while since I've been to a giant convention. I consider something this a bigger convention. Retro World's smaller scaled, less to explore, even though it shares the same convention space as Kineticon, which is a bigger convention, but also one I'm so used to over the years, versus a completely new experience. So I'm just like very confused about this layout. And I don't think that ever went away during the weekend, but I got better at it. But it also seemed like sometimes rooms changed every day, only really specifically with dealer room stuff. But the vibe of this place, the best way I could describe this place, Rainforest Cafe, it was very tropical resort-like, which is so unusual for me. Like something I never really got to walk around and explore since I was a kid. So seeing it being styled like that was just like, these are strange vibes. Not in a bad way, but like something I'm not used to. Yeah, there were some nice model cars out in the front. There was the initial D car, which, you know, easy bait. Got video of that a little bit. This place is sort of huge. I wouldn't say like, at least the convention space, it's not like multiple floors or anything. And it is connected to an actual like indoor, outdoor water park place and hotel, which did have multiple floors. So we got our badges, which at least since we pre-reg, getting the badge was like instant, no problem. But again, the con technically started Wednesday, so people could have at least picked up their stuff then, but we stayed back and, you know, did our shit. Keep in mind, if we, like, and even then, hotel check-in was on Thursday, so if we did go Wednesday, we'd kind of be like, we would have nowhere to stay, so, you know. There was, the Toys R Us mascot, Jeffrey, or, like, this cosplay. And it's like an adult one with like ripped underwear, drunk, New York accent voice. And funny enough, this specific cosplayer was actually featured as art on our 5-day weekend badge, which I didn't realize until like a few days later. I'm like, hey, wait a minute. Stuff was still kind of being set up, more or less, even though Thursday was technically the first full official day. Some dealer's room stuff hadn't been fully set up. There was this crafter's corner. Did they call it the crafter's corner? Is like, we walked around a little bit. It was just like some stuff. This one vendor tried to sell me like custom kigurumis, which I think I have the business card. Oh, fuck. I need to remember where I put those business cards. Because I got a couple. One of them for that kigurumi. But the fact that, like, hey, these people do custom kigurumis. If I wanted a Power Ranger one, I totally could. But it's also probably very expensive. But, you know, kind of cool. They were holding a contest. I didn't bother with it. Because, like, you know, still looking around. Didn't really get anything from there. And I don't think I ever saw that place ever again, because I think they moved it out of there. And that must have been a one-day thing only. So yeah, most of our time, the rest of that day was just kind of looking around. So just exploring around a little bit more, getting used to the layout. I'm gonna criticize something here. There's an arcade room and a game room, well, a console gaming room. Arcade room was pretty like neat. It was a mix between rhythm games, fighting games, initial D driving game, and at least 2 light gun games. There was a lot of rhythm games. I didn't really mess with a lot of those. I did play stuff like Virtua Cop 3 and House of the Dead 2. I even played the arcade version of like Soul Calibur 2 with Blondie a little bit on one of the later days. So that was neat. And I played like a round of Initial D. Monster Hunter Kigurumi. Yeah, that's the one I have, which is why I also didn't want to maybe check the other one, because like I got the Monster Hunter one already. I brought it with me. But the console room was not great. It felt very sparse. And when we looked at what was on offer, there was a couple of fighting games. I saw Soul Calibur 6. Funny enough, one of the voice actresses in that game, Kira Buckland, is actually a guest. Talk about Kira and also Casey Mangelo real soon, because that's like the biggest part of this whole visit. But there was like a lot of Smash setup. There was Mario Kart. There was a Mario Kart setup for Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U, not the Switch. Wii U. In fact, I think some of the Smash setups were Wii U. In other words, there was no Rock Band setup. I give that room a 0 out of 10. Still better aim than the hotel. So yeah, we almost like, after looking at it once, we didn't go back into that console room. I thought it was just kind of very lackluster, unfortunately. At least we spent time in the arcade room, so we'll give that something. Oh, the arcade room had a giant inflatable mudkip. I got some video of that. I don't know if the video is good enough because this thing was huge, and trying to get a good shot of it was tricky. But yeah, giant inflatable mudkip in that arcade room. So then we go to, it was getting late, so we decided to have dinner at this Italian place. I don't remember the name of it, but it's within the Kalahari. It's pretty good. I had a pizza. And everyone else had their own respective meals and everything. After that, we just decided to head back to the hotel. At this point, we're just kind of killing time. Because SCR is actually friends with Casey Mangelo, they finally arrived from their flight at the airport, which I think the funniest story about this whole airport or traveling thing from Casey and Kira's perspective is oh no, Wendy's is an hour out. They're gonna stop at the Wendy's because Kira wants to. And that's just so funny to me. It's like, oh, we're an hour out. Wendy's? Okay. I don't know why that's so funny to me, but both Tiger and SCR went to see Casey and Kira. Blondie and I stayed behind. So we just kind of like put on some console stuff. Was kind of bored. I think at this point, Blondie was more or less tired. I don't blame him. Gotta get Wendy's in Ohio. Hey, we never truly saw the Wendy's headquarters because I voted against it every time for some reason. Oops. But Christ almighty. So they're off doing their own thing. The notes have details on it, which I won't go to because I didn't witness that, and I know SCR would have gone into detail, so we can skip ahead. Played a little bit of like Tekken Tag in my own time while Blondie's just trying to rest up. And then I think I put in Xenoblade for a little bit, and I ended up playing way more than I thought I would. And this whole time, because I didn't know exactly what was going on, and I want to apologize in advance. This is going to sound mean-spirited, and I hope it doesn't come off this way, but, like, the whole time, I was just wondering, like, wow, Tiger and SCR are not back yet. And it was, like, at this point, maybe 2 a.m., maybe a little bit earlier. It was definitely way past midnight. So I was still kind of playing. Of course, fatigue was starting to finally get to me. So I'm just like, I'm just going to stay up until they come back. And then they never came back the whole time I was awake. Yeah, you guys apparently got horribly sidetracked, but, like, I'll just explain it from how I felt at the time, which is why I'm apologizing ahead of time. Okay, the rest of the Thursday notes you gave me pretty much describes all that, but, so yeah, I was just like, this is why I'm apologizing, because in my brain, the longer it went on, I'm just like, because of how bad the hotel was and everything, in my head, I was like, they ditched us. And my brain was not taking that very well, to be quite honest. So eventually I did fall asleep, because you can only stay up for so long playing a JRPG. Fell asleep, and then it was roughly around 5 a.m. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't blame them for not wanting to come back, but, like, we were still there. Which is why I felt like we were just left behind. It did not help with my mental state with everything going on. SCR and Tiger came back around 5 a.m. I did wake up a little bit around the time they came back, and both of them ended up crashing with Casey and Kira while we stayed behind it. And let me tell you, once I started sleeping more, in my mind I was like, I want to go home. Like, I didn't want to do this anymore. I felt like everything just was falling apart. Any excitement I had for the weekend vanished that night. Like, borderline depressed. Not in good spirits. I just didn't care anymore. If I could, I would have just walked away. So that's why I'm apologizing. It sounds very mean-spirited and selfish, being like, oh, you ditched us. Because I know you didn't truly ditch us, but it felt like it. Thanks, hotel. You made me almost question my friendship for, like, a fraction of a second. Anyways, how the hell can the weekend recover from that? Somehow, well, somehow, I guess it almost did. Oh my god, it's almost 10:30. I'm only on Friday, fuck. Okay. So Friday's our first real con day. This hotel destroyed my friendship 1 out of 5. Next thing you know, my entire talk about that thing is like on the Am I the Asshole Reddit. Am I the asshole for blaming my friends for ditching us and leaving us at a backdoor shady hotel? But yeah, we all get dressed, go explore around Friday. Find some cosplayers, you know, usually do, find some nice stuff. I was lucky enough, at least in my case, finding some Owl House cosplayers. I'm like, yeah, good, yeah. Got some photos. Very nice. So since Tiger was playing someone from Pokemon Colosseum, we did like split up at some point, just looking around some areas. And I see a character from Pokemon Colosseum that I recognize because Tiger posts about this character Mirror B a bunch. Giant afro, all that stuff. So I'm like, wait, I know this person. So I got a photo. And then I eventually do find Tiger and SCR like shortly after. And I point out like, yo, there's a Mirror B. So she like bolts to catch up to Mirror B and get the photo together. And that pretty much, I think, partially made her weekend. Especially considering how expensive that cosplay was. Tiger, you could go ahead and, if you want, you could tell chat how much that cosplay cost you. Meanwhile, I'm in my one regular show cosplay at this point. I started with Mordecai. And, man, I missed getting recognized. And people recognizing my cosplay and everything. So it was nice having people mention regular show and stuff. The last time I had a great, big, regular show experience like that was Youmacon, when I brought those. So it was nice, after all this time, just having that little fun experience again. Was it more than the amount I spent at Retro World? Actually, yes. By at least $600 more. Shut up, chat. Shut up. This is for you guys and for me, okay? I want to say, like, Friday was mostly not super eventful throughout the day. We just, like, walking around looking at the Artist Alley and Dealer's Room and everything. There was also a second Dealer's Room. This is why it got a little bit confusing. There's, like, Dealer's Room. New Dealer's Room. We found the new Dealer's Room first, which was smaller. And because of how confusing it was, I thought that was the whole Dealer's Room. It was not. We did eventually find the bigger Dealer's Room, which is where we found that Mirror B cosplay and everything and had all that stuff. And also throughout the weekend, I was like looking at Artist Alley and Dealer's Room and being like, you know what? Maybe blowing $300 at Play It, Trade It was the correct choice. Because in terms of what was offered for what I was interested in, wasn't a lot. Look, I spent $300 in games. I'm going to have every excuse I can to justify it. So I guess we can fast forward because Friday we didn't go to any panels. There were like, I did look at some panels. Nothing really like interested me on a personal level. At least on the Friday schedule. So fast forward, we have, I don't know if we had lunch somewhere. Let me get my phone. I know we had dinner at this place called Belux. Let me check my camera and see if anything lines up. Oh, there's Jeffrey. There's oh, that's funny. I think it was in one of the new Dealer's Room or whatever they call it. There was a Star Trek corner and there was like a captain's chair. For funsies, I just kind of sat in it. Blondie got some video and photo for me for that. Yeah, wow. A lot of this was like just walking around. I think we briefly stopped by. Yeah, we stopped by back at the hotel very briefly to get out of our cosplay before we went to go eat. I have a video of this. Like, going back to the hotel very, very quick. Fucking outside in the grass near, like, our room. Tiger and I spot a fucking gopher. So you know damn well I got a video of that. Yeah, funny enough, the positive experience of the hotel room, other than leaving it, was seeing a gopher in person and just be like, yo, that's a motherfucking gopher. But yeah, we got out of our cosplay, just casual wear and everything. Went to this place called Belux. Good food. I had a burger there. We actually ended up going there twice. Like, at least total during the weekend. Like, we went there one more time before, like, leaving Sandusky, Ohio to go back home. But yeah, good burger, home of the good burger. And then, it's like, hey, why don't we try a milkshake? I hadn't seen these milkshakes, and I kind of, like, cringed at the price of it. It was like $12 for one of the milkshakes, or at least the one I got. And I'm like, man, that's a lot. Why is it $12? Then, like, we all order milkshakes, actually, since we're here to try it out. And then I see how big these milkshakes are, and I'm like, oh. Yeah. A lot of whipped cream. I'm not a whipped cream person. So, like, a lot of that was left over. But, like, it tasted good, but, oh, boy. Bathroom trips happened to Tiger more than anyone else, because Tiger's lactose intolerant and decides to have a dairy milkshake. By the way, SCR, seeing some of these notes about the milkshake is so funny to me. Specifically with the other voice actor guests like Ben Diskin and... Okay, I need a correction. How do you pronounce his name? Is it Kaiji Tang or KG Tang? I've heard both ways, and I don't know what the actual correct pronunciation of his name is. I want to make sure this is right. Because the reason I don't see it as KG Tang is because Hack Fraud Keiji Inafune exists. That's how Kira and Casey pronounce it? Okay. Okay. Yeah. It's weird, because I've said Kaiji, and none of them corrected me, so I wasn't sure if it's just a thing or not. But still, just these quotes. I'll just read them out loud. Bought a $14 milkshake, and the lactate isn't working. More shake than man now. I can just tell from these two voice actors' testimonies about the milkshake. I agree. You'll sit your ass on the toilet for a slice of pizza. Well, one slice of pizza is not like a giant milkshake that slurps down. Oh, wow. I didn't know you guys played Metal Slug X and some other stuff. Yeah, there was some Neo Geo stuff, other arcade stuff. Funny enough, there was a arcade Tekken Tag cabinet, which I didn't get to play. Yeah, by the way, I probably shouldn't have tried to finish mine, only because I got really full from the burgers and fries. Which is why, like, the second time we went, I didn't bother with the milkshake. You had two? Well, also, I hate to break it to you. In my personal experience about myself... He's fat! Yeah, I'm fat, okay? So, like, yeah. While we were at Belux, this is like the first time I actually saw both Casey and Kira in person. So it was just kind of like a formal introduction before both of them went to another part of the restaurant, which is funny enough, like where Ben Diskin was at least. I don't know if KG was with them. I forget. But where we were seated, I could like look through the window and just see all of them and be like, all right, I'm not going to stare. That seems stalkerish. Oh, he was at the Italian place. Okay, that's still like within the vicinity at the very least. Friday though, I think we made our decision. Personally, this is like extended from us. We had like at the very least Blondie myself, and Tiger brought swimsuits with the intent to go swimming. Blondie ended up not doing it, and of course we didn't bother at all with the hotel pool. So all that was left was the water park, which you had to pay to get admission in. And like during daytime, it was pretty expensive. It was around like $60 a day. However, there was like a late night option, which is from like 11 p.m. to like early morning. So like overnight water park stuff for like $35. So we opted for that because Casey and Kira wanted to do that too. And me and Tiger went with them. Before Belux, I got like a brief look through the windows of the indoor water park. So that was like a little teaser. And even then before that, there was like an arcade down below. Didn't do anything at that arcade. A lot of it was like ticket redemption games. It seemed like stuff that would rip you off, all that shit. But man, can I just tell you, I think the water park experience with Tiger, Casey, and Kira saved the fucking weekend. That was the most fun I've had in so fucking long. I hadn't been to a water park in many years. So just doing all that stuff. I didn't get to do any of the slides, which I would have kind of loved to, even though I probably shit myself. But between Lazy River, Wave Pool, hanging out in the hot tub a little bit, and even doing some like water basketball briefly, had a fucking blast. Like that did save my weekend. 100%. It was, oh. But yeah, speaking of Kira Buckland and Casey Mangelo, both of them were so kind. So kind. It felt like actual hanging out. Like those two may be like voice actors and whatnot, have nice dream jobs and everything within the industry. But it just felt chill and very fun. Just hanging out together. It didn't feel fake or anything. It felt so real, and very grateful for them being very nice, and I absolutely would love to just hang out again, just as people, you know? So yeah, that alone saved the weekend. Completely. So if I'm able to afford going next year, I'm tempted to like do water park multiple days, to be honest, instead of just one. Because I wanted to go again, but oops, money. Yeah, so after that, we unfortunately had to go back to the hotel room and sleep. How dare us? Oh no. Water park fun, immediately sleep on dirty ass floor. Oops. Fast forward to Saturday, very busy day. Parking got to the point where people had to park on the grass. Most of the day was, you know, like, most of the regular day was just typical con stuff. See cosplayers, walk around, check dealer's room, maybe play some games, all that fun stuff. Stop by Casey Mangelo and Ben Diskin's Tony Hawk panel, which SCR was recording, so I think that is posted now. The entire panel's posted. Is it live? I think it might be, unless I'm misremembering. So attended that panel. That was fun to watch. Just witnessing Ben Diskin chase down and fake punch SCR. All because Eric Sparrow from Tony Hawk's Underground. Saturday was primarily our autograph day, where we would go get autographs from the guests and whatnot. Which, by the way, this con handled it the best way I could describe it, similar to the Disney Fast Pass. Oh, Casey did the fake punch? Okay, either way, you got fake punched. Streamer lies about details again. Oops. Do the autograph signing. They were split between a couple of hours due to scheduling. So it was like Casey and Kira first. And little side note, because Casey and Kira like treated us, well, Tiger and I, to like a little bit of like late night food at the water park, kind of repaid the two of them with getting like Starbucks and stuff. Because I don't know, I'm just one of those people where like I appreciate the free stuff, but like you kind of just want to pay them too. That kind of thing. Because it's as weird as it sounds, I don't want to like, I don't want to feel like, oh, I'm freeloading off a famous voice actor. I'm like, no. No, that's just their dream job, and I just want to be nice. Because they were nice to us. It's the circle of niceness, you know. At least I'm not asking for tips, you know. E-begging for tips, no less. So I had Kira sign my 13 Sentinels art book, because she actually was one of the main characters in that game, as well as, funny enough, KG Tang and Ben Diskin. So those two signed my books. I'll talk about Ben and KG real soon. Casey, I actually got a Shinji print from them because they voiced Shinji in the Netflix redub of Ava. And also, both Casey and Kira are part of this Bloody Roar 2 like redub. So I actually have both of them like sign my redub disc that Casey just handed out to us on the Friday, which was very nice. I have no means of playing it because you kind of need modded like systems to effectively play it. So I technically own a physical copy of Bloody Roar 2 now. Technically. So that's very nice. Oh yeah, Casey reprogrammed it even and inserted new audio, but Casey also voiced. You link me the swap disk you used? Okay, because I know like Casey described like easy methods to do it. Like since I have that PS1 model, I would have to like do that weird thing of like keeping the lid open but technically shut. But I would still need a swap disk. You could post it to me on Discord and Slack if you want. Yeah, later on, I'll just stick with the autographs. Later on, go to Ben Diskin's. He also voiced a character in 13 Sentinels. I had him sign that art book as well. But, in fact, the first time I've ever heard Ben's voice in anything was the Cartoon Network show Codename Kids Next Door. So that's, like, very nostalgic for me. So that was very nice. Also got a photo with Ben. None of the photos came out great. They were kind of blurry, but my phone is also not the best. But fuck it, I'll take it. It was all free. And Ben was super nice. And side note, we briefly saw Ben at the water park as well. Just very briefly. Didn't talk or anything because he was talking with Casey and Kieran. You know, just wanted to be courteous and not interrupt or anything. Be like, oh my god, it's Ben Diskin. I'm just be like, oh, it's Ben. Yeah, it's Ben. God damn it. Later on, there was a KG Tang sighting, also a character in 13 Sentinels, funny enough. Talked to him a little bit, because his character in that game really loves yakisoba pan, so I asked about that, and he told me a story during, like, the VA recording and everything. Like, how the staff actually gave him a real-life yakisoba pan to eat. It's like, you need to taste this so you can get an idea of why your character loves it so much. Which is very fascinating to me. He, of course, really liked it. And even kind of explained, like, how I could make it at home. If I could just, like, if I'm able to, like, stir fry those noodles at home, put it in, like, a hot dog bun and some, like, sesame stuff or seaweed. You know, like, fuck, I should probably do that. So that was a funny, small story with that. Very on brand. And also, he also voices the main character in Yakuza Like a Dragon Ichiban, a game which I will be streaming soon in the future. Don't know when, but Like a Dragon is on the docket, but that's going to be 90 hours. We need to commit. I can't believe Phantasy Star has turned into just parkour sim. The game? No, we're just chatting. In your notes, SCR here, you mentioned buying the Monster Hunter stuff. I think that's also when I got the Basil Geese figure. I also bought one too. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This was, hold on. This was Saturday? We went to the sushi restaurant on Saturday? That doesn't, no, that's not, that can't be right. It might be right though. Huh? Shit, do I not have... I swear I thought I... That's weird. That's so weird. I think one of my corrupted videos was actually recording that sushi very briefly. Maybe that's why I'm confused. Also, why the fuck do I have corrupted videos on here? I don't understand. Last brief note about Saturday before doing the going to SCR's late night Krabby Pasta panel, which is when we stopped by Walmart and everything. Spoiler, I bought some Power Ranger stuff at Walmart. Moving on. That doesn't matter. I dressed up as Rigby on Saturday, which also got as much recognition. In fact, with Rigby specifically, I'm going to remember this. There was a kid that wanted a photo with me, like a younger kid. And I believe his dad or guardian was with him at the time. So after the photo, want to know what this kid says to me? You're my favorite. Do you know what your heart exploding feels like? I felt like that and just went like, oh man, I made that kid's day. Holy shit. And yeah, we, right after Walmart, stopped by the hotel one last time. I actually, get into my Monster Hunter Kigurumi for the rest of the night. Go to that Krabby Pasta panel, which was fun. That panel recording has not been posted yet, though, right? I don't think I saw that go live. Because I know there were some, like, minor tech issues from that panel, but it went pretty well, more or less. Oh, it's going to go live soon? Oh, cool. Okay. You know, the cosplays are for kids. Yeah. I was that kid's favorite. I'm like, man, that kid watched regular show? How old was that kid? Either that kid knew what regular show was. He was actually pretty young, so I'd be surprised. Or this kid saw Raccoon and is like, yay, Raccoon. Either way, I made that kid happy and it felt nice. Told you my weekend got better. Hashtag fuck you, hotel. But yeah, even though I glanced over the sushi place, that food was good. Not much to say there. Tasty. There you go. Sunday, we fucking leave. We get out of that hotel, leave it behind. Sunday is the day we find out that we're like blood stains on that sheet I slept in. They weren't mine. I promise. So we just kind of do our like final scrubs of the dealer's room and stuff. And speaking of dealer's room, I actually did get something there. Not on the final day, but like Bloodstained Curse of the Hotel, exactly. Not on the final day or anything, but like the Saturday, I actually bought a couple more games there. I got two Game Boy games and one Game Boy Color game. It was Bionic Commando Strike Force, Final Fantasy Legend 2 and 3. Part 1, 2, and 3. And just because Paper Mario Sticker Star. Don't tell Zero Master. If Zero Master's lurking and hear those words, I'm going to be blacklisted forever. In slightly depressing, I say slightly depressing, in slightly depressing news, I bought some buttons. They were like $1 each. I bought like 3 buttons, 2 of which were Power Rangers, and one of them was Steven Universe theme. I'm like, yeah, sure, $1 each, cool. Put them on my bag. The Steven Universe one is lost forever. It got detached from my bag at some point. Couldn't find it. So I lost $1, essentially. Did not feel good about that. I tried to see if that one vendor had like another one there, because there were multiple of that one before, but I didn't see any when I checked on Sunday. Felt bad. This is why, like, if I buy pins, I actually don't put them on anything, because that happens. Never pinning again. That shit stays in my room as decorations. And then I'd lose them. Yeah, Sunday was mostly just winding down, uneventful. Final scrubs. I don't think I bought anything else from the dealer's room on Sunday. I'm just trying to remember. Let's see, the Monster Hunter, all the games, stupid Power Ranger stuff outside of the con, the Game Boy stuff. No, I think that was it. Purchase wise, anything else I was buying was more or less food to live. Yeah, food to live. Oh god, I'm sorry, I'm backtracking again. We got to go back to oh shit. I think this was Saturday. We stopped, like, it's not the first time we stopped at Casey and Kira's hotel room, which, spoiler alert, was far better than ours. Spoiler alert, the Kalahari has quality control. But just hanging out, at least killing time before SCR's Krabby Pasta panel. It's kind of relaxing a little bit. SCR and Casey doing skate stuff with skateboard, which is amusing to see. Right outside their balcony. Yeah, they had a balcony too at their room. Got to see the mini golf course, which it would have been nice to try doing mini golf, but there was no time. No time, no idea how much it would have cost, but maybe next time. And it's like nice view of this like mini golf course that was closed because of how late it was. And then you just glance over and see a dude puking his fucking brains out. Oh god. You know it's a convention when someone drinks too much and, you know, pukes. Very, very unfortunate. So yeah, that happened. Even drew attention to it for Casey. Casey Casey being funny enough to joke about it too. And we were just like, oh man. Yeah, that was a night. But anyways, back to Sunday real quick. Right after their final autograph signing, they were pretty much going to have to book it to the airport to go back home. So we did like a final goodbyes, hugs and everything, and a group photo, which I believe I retweeted from SCR's Twitter. But yeah, nice little group photo. Had a great time. Would not mind seeing Casey and Kira again. Just for fun. But yeah. Like, among other things, I think those two saved the weekend for me. At least personally. The other thing that I would say saved the weekend, but saved it before the Bata Hotel, was just meeting back up with Blondie, Tiger, and Scott in person again. Because I missed it. I really missed it. Seeing everyone again in person. It's sorely needed. Too bad the world ended. Then after that, it just kind of went home. We were all kind of tired. I don't recall anything specific happening on Sunday when we got back to SCR's place. I think we just kind of unwound, chilled. Oh, I guess I'll talk about it here, even though it technically counted before the con as well. It was my first time in person meeting SDR and Tiger's roommate, Jeremiah, who, by the time I met him, was a champion from Combo Breaker for Bloody Roar. Like, won a tournament. So it was like, hell yeah. So, do you want to know what Jeremiah asked me that threw me off guard? Asked me a question about a video that SCR did a long time ago that I cameoed in. It's like, yo, you had a body pillow? And I'm like, wait, what? By the way, the answer is yes, but like, the question threw me off because I legitimately don't remember what I did for that cameo in that video. But either way, it was funny. We even got to troll Jeremiah on stream a little bit, although it was sincere trolling, just going in clapping for the champion. And then probably the funniest thing was Tiger trolling Jeremiah with perfect timing. The clip is on Twitch somewhere. You can pull it up if you want, but that specific trolling made me lose my shit because of the audio and the timing of it. Tiger, the MVP of shitpost. I'm thinking about it right now. Oh god. Yeah, that clip SCR posted right there. I wasn't involved with it, but I heard it. And the way the audio came out on stream was the funniest thing ever. And the funny thing is, like, I was minding my own business. I hear it happen as it goes. Tiger comes and rides, excuse me. Tiger, like, hides next to me, puts a pillow over her head, thinking that was gonna work. Jeremiah comes out and it's like, yo, where the fuck she go? And I stone-faced lied to him and said, like, she went downstairs. So he actually looked downstairs and he's like, not downstairs, motherfucker. It was so funny. And I think in the stream, in that clip, you might hear me laughing. I had a higher pitched laugh. You probably can faintly hear me in the background near the end of that clip. Because I was laughing to the point that he just, like, believed my lie and came back. But yeah, that was fun. Monday, nothing really happened Monday. Blondie did go home. Yeah, we were just kind of chilling. I mean, only other thing we did other than hitting up good old Raising Cane's again. Because there's no Raising Cane's here where I live, so I don't get to have that too often. Yeah, it's just like get some food, relax at home, maybe watch some YouTube on my Switch, all that stuff. So yeah, saw Blondie off, final hugs. I was still like staying in Ohio until at least Tuesday night. So fast forwarding to Tuesday, eat at a couple more places. We wanted to go to the ramen place, but ramen place is closed on Tuesdays, so we got denied, unfortunately. Tiger had to go back to work on Tuesday, so I hugged and saw her off on that day. And then killing time before heading back to the airport. Oops, we're going game chasing one last time, and I walk away with 2 more games. 99 Nights for the 360, not the sequel featuring 1 million troops. Wow. But same franchise. And Blondie Don't Kill Me. This was more for my boyfriend than anything. I was lucky enough to find it. Tales of Symphonia Dawn of the New World, which I actually got for cheaper than what it was listed. Coincidentally. So, yeah. Those were my final 2 purchases. My luggage was stuffed. Getting the stuff home was... It was something, but it worked out. Everything survived aside from me losing the $1 button and my $5 dignity for being scanned by room service. But other than that, yeah. Cardboard backing helped. You just reminded me. I forgot that I actually got something from the Artist Alley. It did. I think I didn't take everything out of like that slip, but it seemed okay. The print I got from Casey, someone I know in another friend circle of mine, this friend really likes Ava, so I had Casey basically make an autograph out to this friend, and was really happy about it. Sent a photo shortly after. It was really happy about it. I don't know if I'd be able to mail it out. I'd have to, double check that. Otherwise, the print's just gonna be here in my room, not made out to me. But, the thought that counts. But yeah, last day, I think, I found a Code Lyoko print, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna get that, because I never see that. And it was like, what, $8? I can't say no to that. But yeah, the cardboard backing seemed to help. The Power Ranger box did not die somehow. It got some red mark on it. Doesn't look like blood. I don't know where that red mark came from, so I'm not worried about it. All right. There was another game from another Play It Trade. I went to 3 different Play It Trade It's, but one of the other ones I got, like, Grand Theft Auto for the PSP. That was the other game I forgot about. And that one was before the con, too. Fucking oops. Yeah, that's it. That was it for game purchases. So, of course, eventually, time came. Had to the airport, go back home. Gave SCR nice big final hug. And yeah, I've got one final story and about my travel. So the flights were fine. I had a 2-hour layover on one of them, but Flights were okay, just kind of had to figure out how to get home. Because I had a ride to the airport to get to Ohio, but I was unable to get picked up. My mom was undergoing treatment, so she physically could not pick me up after the trip. So I'm like, okay, I have to order an Uber or something. Can I tell you that this was a fucking nightmare to set up? I'm like, okay, get the app, whatever, check the website, just try and book one so it'll be ready for me to just go home and get picked up from the airport. All right. Between shoddy Wi-Fi and the fact that I think I was running out of data because of the trip, trying to book my fucking Uber/Lyft was irritating, to say the least. Like, between my payments not being accepted for some reason, even though the info was correct, to, like, having something booked and then getting back home in my home state and finding out, like, oh, your ride's been canceled. So then I'm just trying to book another one, and it's just giving me trouble with getting payments set up, internet being slow, nothing working. I was at my wit's end. I was like, done, dude. Like, I just wanted to fucking go home. So that was not a fun experience trying to, like, set up an Uber or Lyft. And I eventually did, thankfully. Stuff finally got to work. I got a Lyft home. And at the very least, the ride was, even though it was kind of like pouring rain around the time I got picked up, the ride itself was very, very tailored to, like, what I suggested. Because, like, you give options like, hey, do you want quiet time? And I'm like, yeah, I want quiet time. I just want to kind of rest. So at least the driver I got was very good about that. Got home in a reasonable amount of time, considering where I live near the airport and everything, at least a 45-minute drive or so. So, in other words, I actually felt good about leaving a good review for the driver and, of course, tipping. I felt better about tipping this driver than any of the fucking hotel staff. So yeah, and now I'm here, running around, get back to work 6 days in a row, and it is now past 11. I need to wrap this up. That is my hastily described con trip. Of course, I'm not going into every single detail, but that's generally it. So, bad experiences aside, overall, and I've been describing this to some coworkers. I didn't go into detail, but whenever they ask, like, how's your vacation? My go-to reply is mostly good, because it was mostly good. The thing that wasn't mostly good, obviously the hotel and some of the other minor details, but I would like to go again. I'm going to be honest, I think parts of the actual con were a bit underwhelming, but that's more personal. Like, you know, game rooms sort of underwhelming, dealer's rooms sort of underwhelming, but it's always a crapshoot. You never expect everything to be like the same as other cons, etc. It's always like it varies from place to place. But goddamn, that water park experience skyrocketed. That was worth it alone, I think. And of course, meeting all you guys again. So anyways, that's it. I if I don't do a produced video on this con trip, this archive will at least be something. But I still do want to like have a more concise video on this at some point. Hopefully I'll have time within the month to try and do that. But yeah, I'm gonna speed out of here because I gotta shower and go right to bed. Like, I don't shower in the morning because of how early I go in, so I just gotta really go right now. So last thing before I leave, thanks for watching and hearing stories, even though I know most of you guys here have at least experienced it with me, but at least you get a little perspective from my brain cells. That being said, first real stream in terms of like starting a new game to stream, Tuesday night I'm aiming for, because I still have like a couple more days in a row for work, and it's not going to get any lighter. So hopefully I can at least get back to a proper streaming schedule then. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I gotta go. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Wash your feet off dirty hotel room floor and everything. Get some rest. Have a good night. Stay safe. I will see you in the future for a new proper game instead of Phantasy Star Online 2 background noise. Take care, guys.
Ronaldinho, so sad!